Hello everyone, my name is Ranika. Most of you guys call me Rani. I wanted to come on here and introduce myself, well, reintroduce myself, because I noticed that I have quite a few new followers here, and I also wanted to come on here and just kind of briefly talk to you guys about my brand new podcast, Esthie Talk, or web series. I'm not sure what I want to call it, because I'm doing the Instagram live right now. I don't have a set location where I'm filming yet. I kind of wanted to start on like a smaller scale and just see how it goes and the interactions and things like that, and to eventually have a set location. But anywho, so I've been licensed since 2017. So what is that, going on eight years? Yeah, 8 years. I went to Aveda in Royal Oak. I actually started on my birthday. Now my friends know I love my birthday, and I'm I'm a numbers person. I look at dates, like that's just a thing. So when they were like, oh, you know, we have a not brand new, but we have the next class starts on October 24th, and I'm like, okay, it was meant for me. But anyways, so I started on my birthday. I graduated April. So I graduated April 2017, and I got my license in July. So my very first job was Ulta. At the time, I loved makeup. Like that was my interest. That's what made me go to school to become an esthetician. I can really dig deeper into how I found out about estheticians, but that's for another video. So that was my very first job, and at the time I was working full time. I was providing services in my apartment on the weekends, and then I was working at Ulta weekends too, and after work. So I was a busy girl. I'm a very busy girl now. My friends, they come for that. Lulu, sorry. This dog. But anywho, I'm a very busy girl now. But anyways, near like the end of the year, I'm like, okay, I really want my own suite. Like, remind y'all, this wasn't even a popular thing. It was very hard once upon a time to find a place to rent and to provide services. But luckily, my lovely hairstylist, she had a room. I forgot what she was using it for. I'm getting my hair done, and one day I was like, would you rent that room out? She said, I started February of 2018. Now, at the time, estheticians was not a thing, okay? Everybody that I came across, what's an esthetician? What's an esthetician? What's an esthetician? And I was like, what the hell? And also at the time, it was very hard to get people to, I would say, my community, or who I was around, or, you know, it was very hard to get people to take their skincare seriously. So trying to get people to pay for a facial, they're like, what, for what? I use Dove on my face. What am I using that for? You know, waxing, that wasn't a thing. I mean, growing up, that just wasn't a thing. Well, I would say for myself. So it was very hard. And I noticed like a trend with lashes, because I wasn't doing lashes yet. So I took a lash class. So I started in my suite February. I think I took a class that very next month, and once I started doing lashes, my business just grew. Remind y'all, I'm still working full time. I never quit my first job, and any woman that I talk to or they ask me questions, I always say, when you start off, do not quit your main job. You have to make sure that you can sustain your bills, your personal and business bills, without the support of a main job, you know. So I started in 2018, literally for a full year. I believe once October came around, once again, around my birthday, I was like, I'm thinking about cutting back a day where I used to work. I was like, let me just cut back. Instead of doing 5 days, let me do 4 days. And I did that. And what I did was, those Fridays I did a special. I forgot what I did, but it's probably somewhere on my Facebook, but I did a special, and that was like, that took off. And then, so remind y'all, I always had the shop owner to go to. I still call her my mentor, because I still go to her if I need anything. She's always there for me. She had like 20 plus years in the game. Yeah, like 20 plus years. And I'm actually going to have her as a guest on Esthie Talk. But anywho, so I'll go to her like, I don't know, like what do you think? Because at this point, I'm like, I really want to work full time. Like, I was just like, I just felt it. But once again, I had that fear in me, because I'm like, is people gonna book? So remind y'all, I always had a 9 to 5 mindset. So in my head, I'm like, everybody work in the mornings, because that was my mindset literally for years. It was a job that I worked at from 18 years old up until I went full time. And when was that? When did I go full time? 2019. Yeah. So that was my mindset. So I'll talk to her like, do you think people would book me on a Monday or a Tuesday? And she's like, girl, everybody don't work your work schedule. Some people work midnight. Some people, and I'm like, she's right. So it was a couple months went by, and I was like, okay, I think I want to let go another that. So she looked at me and was like, why are you going to that job for 3 days a week? Because remind y'all, now I'm like, well, I want to take away Thursdays and Fridays. She was like, what's the point? What you're going to make at that job in 3 days, you can make that in 1 day. And I'm like, okay. And I gave it some thought, and I put my 2 weeks in March middle of March. I put in my 2 weeks, and my very last day was March 29th. That's a whole nother story. My last day of that job, y'all, I'm gonna make another video about that, because I'm still kind of like upset with it. But anyways, so my last day there was March 29th. It was the 27th. Either March 27th, March 29th, but it's the reason why I'm telling y'all this. So I left, and I never had to go back to a job ever since. And that was in 2019. That was 6 years ago. And when I think back on it, it's like, wow. All you really need is just that one person in your life to say, if you don't just go ahead and do it, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? And remind y'all, this is before COVID. So a lot of businesses, a lot of like esthetician, like that still wasn't popular yet. Me personally, I feel like after COVID is when I started seeing a lot more estheticians. But I really felt like I was just in my own lane. I'm not saying that I was the first to ever do a facial, first to ever do lashes or anything like that, but it was just different. It was just different. Like, you really had to work hard. And honestly, the economy that we see now is what it was back then. It was hard to get clients. It was very hard. It was very hard. Nobody had that push. Nobody had that push from that money from COVID. But I did it. Now, let's fast forward. Remind y'all, COVID hit literally 1 year after I became full-time. And we like, okay, you know, I was at my shop home. We're literally like a family. We're literally like a family there. And, you know, the salon owner, like, she was just like, okay, y'all don't have to worry about it. Like, we didn't have to pay rent while we were closed. A lot of places still made people pay their suite rent, their booth rent. Like, that's just what it was. But she was just, like, so nice and was like, y'all don't have to worry about it. So we got back to work. Money was flowing. Money was flowing. I know y'all remember COVID. I know it. We went back. It was at... Sometimes I just wish we can go back and see that type of money. But anyways, so my books was like, I was like booked. I think I was working 7 days. I feel like I've always worked 7 days. If somebody wanted to get a service done, I was there. I didn't turn away nobody. Okay? Nobody. Now it's like October. And I'm like, I think I want to start looking for my own place. You know, I was saving and things like that. So, you know, I went to the salon owner. I gave her a heads up, like, hey, just let you know, I think I want to start looking for my own shop. Now, when I first started working there in 2018, she already knew that was my goal. You know, I always expressed it to her, like, what you think and things like that. You know, she always just said, like, you know, you would know when you're ready. And I looked at one place that wasn't it. It didn't even have a bathroom. I'm like, can y'all legally show spaces, storefronts with no bathroom? The man wanted me to pay for the bathroom. But anyways, I saw that place, and then I'm looking. Oh, I have another story time about that whole process too, y'all. I can go on and on. But anyways, I'm trying to cut this short, but I'm just a talker, and I can talk all day. But anyways, so I found a place that I'm in now, and I saw it, and I'm like, this is it. I'm like, this is it, you know. Told her, like, hey, I think I found a place, you know. Talked to her, went through the process. The process is long. That's also another video. Oh my goodness, y'all. That's a whole nother video. Make a long story short, I found that place November of 2020. It took months for me to move into it. They kept pushing the date back, and to tie everything back, I literally had my grand opening a day after I quit my job 2 years prior. You cannot tell me that things are not aligned for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would have known? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so over that job. I'm like, I really just want to be full time. And I think I didn't even do it on purpose. I think I went on Facebook. And like, you know how Facebook show the memories or whatever, and I'm looking at the memories, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, wow, like, who would have known? But anywho, so I've been in there for almost 4 years, and when I think about that, I'm like, it doesn't feel real. Like, 4 years, it flew by. I don't know if it's because after COVID, and I just feel in general after COVID, things have just been going so freaking fast. Anyways, so that's just like a brief overview of my journey as an esthetician for almost 8 years. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I don't know everything, but I know some things, and if I don't know, I'm sure I know somebody that can answer it for you. Hopefully, you know, my story is inspire others. Stop, Lulu. Inspire others, you know, new estheticians that's out here. Like, just keep going. Like I said before, the economy that we see now was how it was when I began in 2017. Nothing has changed, to be honest, other than the fluke of COVID and the abundance of money that was out here. But don't lose sight of what you want to do. Keep going. I mean, that sounds cliche, but you really just have to keep going. Like, we all know how it is out here, and just don't lose track of your dream and what you want your business to look like. I have so much in store for Shade. Stop, Lulu. For Shade and for Esthie Talk, and I have a couple other things that I'm doing, and I cannot wait for you guys to see them. But let me know if you guys have any questions. See you guys next week, 7:30, February 5th.